Hi everyone, welcome to the Happy Hustle Show. Today I want to talk about surrendering the how. What I mean by that is I have, like I hope all of you, a vision board as to exactly what I want to achieve in my happy side hustle. And the best way to create a vision board and then bring it to life is to start with your end goal and then work backwards to go, well, if that's where I want to be at this point, what I need to do today, what I need to do over the next 3 months, what I need to do over the next month, what I need to do today. So, as many of you know, I have this, keep pointing the wrong way because I'm backwards, this picture behind me of California, which has acted as an incredibly massive, hi Ellen, an incredibly massive vision board for the last few years now. I've had this on my vision board for quite a long time. In fact, it's probably been in my head since I was last in California, which was 20 years ago. So that's how long. But realistically, I've been wanting to go back there seriously for the last couple of years. We were going to do it just prior to COVID, or just in that kind of summer that COVID hit. But it was pushed back a couple of years for obvious reasons. So I've got lots of things on my vision board, but just to take California as an example. So I know how much money, so I have paid it now because in my vision board I've kind of worked through. So I've paid the holiday in full, but I now need to work out how much spending money that we're going to need. And with a husband and two adult sons, because my youngest son will turn 18 while we're there. So they're not young boys anymore. So for 4 adults, it just multiplies all the costs by 4, doesn't it? I'm going on holiday later in the year with a group of girlfriends, and I only have to pay for me there, and that's just looking like it's so cheap compared to what we're doing in the summer. But that's all good. So I know exactly the amount of money that I want to take to be able to have the type of holiday that I want to have, because I really want to be over there and I don't want to be kind of like, I'm not going to be ridiculously extravagant, but I don't want to be looking at menus and going, oh, you can't have this or you can't have that. Hi, Sheila. So I've got an amount of money in mind that I want to make, and working it backwards in the, like, when do I need to make that money for it to be paid, for me to be able to kind of get it onto my travel money account, and for us to be able to go, because we now go in, it must be just over 5 weeks. It must be 5 weeks on Tuesday we go. So really exciting, but really close. So for some of the stuff in my day job, the way it's invoiced is when I complete it. So when I complete a piece of consultancy work, I have to invoice after I have kind of completed the paperwork for it. And then it's about a month before I get paid. So I've been kind of working backwards, going, I know what I've done in terms of, I know what's kind of coming to me from my day job in terms of the work that I've done up to now. But over the next, like next week and the week after, I can still do work that's potentially going to be paid before I go on holiday, which was all part of the plan, on top of the jewelry and happy side hustle and everything else that I've got going on as well. However, this morning, in fact, all of this happened today. This morning, one of my clients for next week has messaged to postpone, which isn't normally, well, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's quite annoying that it's a couple of days before. So we'll need to look at that. But it means that that piece of work, which was quite a significant piece of work in my day job, isn't going to pay out before we go on holiday. Now, it's not the end of the world, but I was thinking, oh, that's quite annoying that has changed. However, what I remembered to do, and what I'm always telling other people to do, and sometimes, as you probably know, depending on what your side hustle is, you can be your own, it's all very fine telling other people what to do, but sometimes you forget to practice it yourself. So when that happened, I just thought, right, okay, I now have free time next week that I didn't think I was going to have. I am in the process of writing a working title, there'd be a better title than this. In fact, I've got a different title, but I'm not sure like it. I'll do a poll. But something around teaching your happy side hustle. So something around kind of setting up a course where you can teach people how to do what it is you do, or one of the skills that you've learned on your side hustle journey. And the reason why this is important, I think, is because it makes your side hustle scalable. And you will come to a point in your side hustle journey, and you might not be there yet, but you will come to a point where you can't possibly do any more things. And then your income, or the how quickly you can fill your pot, hits a limit. And I don't want that for any of you. So I want to show you how to turn your knowledge into a course, but not just an information course, a course that's engaging and that will get people results. And I'm going to show you all the tech and everything that you need to do about it. Anyway, I've had that idea in my head for a few months, and I have started on it, but I've got so much going on in my day job that I haven't really, I'm not as far on it in the design of it as I would like to be. But hey, didn't my calendar just open up next week? So it reminds me that it's about your vision, where it is you want to be, but don't get so caught up in the how you're going to do it that you end up kind of going, oh, well, it's not going to happen then. Because this morning, there was a part of me this morning going, oh, I feel really, I just feel really gutted because I can't do anything about the client wants, there's a specific reason why the client needs to postpone, and that's totally fine. Like, I get it. These things happen. I was like, well, what am I going to do with this time next week? But really, I know what yeah, exactly, Ellen. It's the universe saying to me, Julie, go and just do that thing that you keep talking about doing, but you've not done because you've not had any time. I'll open up some time for you, to the point where actually I had another meeting tomorrow, which was a feedback meeting, which isn't a bit long, complicated. It's not anything that's invoiceable. It's already been invoiced, so it doesn't really matter. But I had a feedback meeting tomorrow, and the person for the feedback meeting emailed me to postpone it today as well. And I thought, well, this is weird because this hardly ever happens, especially with a day's notice or 2 days notice for next week, 2 working days. So really, I'm here going, oh, I need to do this thing, but I'm just really struggling to find the time. That's the story I'm telling myself. And the universe is just going, how about that? How about all the rest of this week and all next week? Is that enough? And of course it's enough. Of course it's enough. So I have time blocked today, and I am going to have, so I've got some time scales on this. I am going to have it ready to go. Well, first draft ready to go by the end of next week, which is exciting. The moral of this story, and there's one more piece to this jigsaw that I'll tell you in a minute, but the moral of this story is that I don't want you to be, so once you set your happy vision board and you know what it is you want to achieve, your side hustle is definitely a great way to do that, but it doesn't need to be the only way. And I don't want you to be blinkered to other opportunities. I want you to be looking out for ways that the universe has your back, for ways that the universe is saying, look, this can happen. Wouldn't this be a great way to top up your side hustle pot as well? So I was, so what then happened was I surrendered to the universe. That's really how I felt today. So I planned out what I'm going to do over the next week. So I know what I'm going to have achieved. I know how far forward I'm going to be. But there was still this sort of at the back of my mind going, that's all great, but that's not anything I'm going to get paid for in the way I was going to get paid next week. And one of the challenges that we have going on holiday is because both myself and my husband are self-employed, when we go away for 2 weeks, we don't really get, like, there's no money coming in. Well, apart from my monthly membership, which is amazing. But for him mainly, and for the day job stuff that I do, that all stops. So although we just manage our money over the year, it feels quite significant because you're like, the holiday's costing us this, and then we're not getting paid for it as well. So it actually feels like it's twice as expensive. And that's not really the case, but it is hard to kind of look at the bank account and go, oh gosh, right, that's quite a difference for when neither of us are working. Anyway, that was at the back of my mind, but I'm thinking, well, that's fine. You just need to take these hits. We're just going to go with it. And my husband's just come through to tell me that he's just been offered, so it's a bit of a complicated situation, but basically he's just been offered a permanent job doing exactly what he's doing just now, which he is contracting with. So it's self-employed. But he's just been offered a permanent, well, yeah, it's not totally finalized yet, but basically a permanent job where he's going to get paid while we're on holiday. So the universe has just gone, what else? What other pieces of the jigsaw need to fit in here so that this can all happen? And it just feels amazing. It feels amazing when you open yourself up to those signs, when you just go with it and you don't resist that and go, oh, well, never mind that because I'm not going to get paid for it. So that's going to be a significant amount of money we're going to lose. It doesn't matter how the abundance comes. It doesn't matter how you get to your vision board. It just, oh, thanks, Kat. I know we're dead excited. And it's pub quiz night tonight, which you know is my favorite night of the week. So we're actually going to go out early and have dinner and have a few drinks before we go to the pub quiz, so it's probably going to go horribly wrong. Hi, Gemma. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I want you to be looking out for the signs. It's something that we've been talking about in various things. Anybody who was on my challenge last week and anyone who was in my membership group yesterday, was it yesterday? No, the day before, when we were talking about signs. There are signs everywhere. Your reticular activating system in your brain, my favorite part of your brain, is always primed to look for ways that you can meet the goals that you have set for yourself. So if you haven't revisited your vision board in a while, like even if you did it in January or at the end of December, we're now in May, like we're hurtling up to the halfway point in the year. I don't know how time is going so fast, but we are. So revisit it, like make sure that you're looking at it every day. Make sure that you're ticking off anything that you have achieved and make sure you have that total clarity on, well, so California is on mine. So if I want to go to California, how much money do I need to make by then? How am I actually going to make that happen? And it might not even be money. It's that future visualization, isn't it? It's about really feeling yourself there, like really kind of step into the future and just living, like showing your brain exactly what that future vision is going to be like. And then surrendering to how it's going to happen. So you need to take the action, but I mean, I got an email today as well. It was a bit more exciting on the title than it actually turned out to be, which said your postcode lottery ticket is a winner. Now, it was a tenner, but still, it's quite exciting because quite a few people on our street do it. I think if you find out other people on your street do it, then everybody has to do it. It's very clever of the postcode lottery because imagine if all your neighbours won except you. But anyway, so we won a tenner on the postcode lottery as well. But we might have won a big amount on the postcode lottery. I don't mind how this money comes. Like, I don't mind how I fund the things on my dream board. Like, I don't mind if I win a competition or like it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. And so again, it's about thinking, have that clarity, that future vision of where you want to be, but this is my word for today, just surrendering and just be amused by how the universe presents you with the solutions. So take that massive action. Like you can't, this is for anybody that's read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. The Secret is really all about this, but I think when a lot of people read The Secret, like back in the day when it first came out, it was really popular, which must be, I don't know, maybe is 20 years ago now, certainly 15 years ago. I think a lot of people thought, oh, this sounds brilliant. We'll just do the visualization and we'll just sit back and wait. So you can't sit back and wait. You have to be looking for the signs and you have to be working with the universe. But when you absolutely do, reticulate and what's it? You love the reticular activating system, don't you, Ellen? I have missed you reacting to that as well. You love The Secret, Gemma. So do I. I mean, I just think the universe is here to support us. And I know some people this gets a wee bit wee for, but the reticular activating system in your brain is the science behind it. And it is basically, as Ellen knows, it is the fact when you decide that you're going to do something, then the universe starts to look for all the ways to support you. And the very best example of this, the one that's used regularly, is when you decide you're going to buy a particular color and type of car, you start to see it everywhere. You start to see offers for it. You start to see things about APR rates and PCP deals and discounts for cars and car insurance and whatever. All that information was available to you the day before, but it wasn't relevant. So your reticular activating system screened it out. To get your side hustle success, you have to train your reticular activating system to be pushing forward and looking for all the things that are going to make your side hustle successful. And to do that, you need to have a vision board. And Gemma, we are going to do that in Fast Track next week. So don't worry, I will take you through that process next week. But for anybody else who's not in Fast Track, make sure that you have a vision board somehow, just something. So you have that. If you don't know where you want to go, you're not going to get there. Dream big, dream big. Just decide what it is you want to aim for. And then I'd love to hear in the community as you notice the signs. And we talked about this in a different group on earlier this week. And one of the signs, and if you're aware of this, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're not aware of it, you're going to start to notice this. One of the signs is that you will start noticing the time 11:11 on your clocks. I pretty much see it every morning and every night. It is, if you've not heard of that before, I promise you're going to notice 11:11 at some point, because I have primed your reticular activating system to notice that, but also to get super woo, it is an angel number, which is giving you confirmation that you're on the right path to actually achieving your vision. Anyway, I'm going to go before I get super. You've seen it quite a bit this week. 11:11. There's a reason. The moral, or the main takeaway from this Happy Hustle show, is surrender the how. So be really clear on the where you want to be, but take the action, but don't get caught up in the how. Don't get caught up in the, no, I have to do it this way. Let's just flow and see what the signs are and what there's no best way to do anything. So we're going to take the actions, but the most important thing is we're going to be clear on where we want to get to, and we're going to spend time dreaming, visualizing what that's going to feel like, which is going to prime your reticular activating system, and then success is non-negotiable. Okay. I'm away to go out for dinner, to have a glass of wine, and to go to the pub quiz. So have a wonderful Thursday evening, whatever you're doing, everybody. And Gemma, I will see you over in the Fast Track group tomorrow. Everybody else, I will see you in the community or the Hive. Take care, and thank you for joining me. And thanks to anybody watching on replay. Okay, cheers, bye.